Now I'm lagging. Whoa, that's bright. Man, that pit from that ass I has in there. Scratched it one time, started bleeding. Didn't really realize I needed a stitch. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? Gratitude and ego. Um, like maybe it's loneliness, maybe it's solitude, maybe it's when you have no one to talk to, or I don't know what it is, but I heard somebody say the other day, like, give your ego a nickname. You could give your ego a nickname, and you could tell it to stop when it's bothering you, because it's like, it's that voice in your ear that's like, people say it's your conscience. So I'm not sure if it's my ego or my conscience, but it's like what happened to Jim Carrey. Like, I heard him say, like, I saw him say, he was having conversations with himself of different scenarios, and like he had to put a stop to it, or it was driving him kind of nuts, or like, no, he was like, why am I doing that? And I don't know if it's like maybe because like stressful situations have been, like, there's been so many of them that you kind of put yourself in another stressful situation, like a scenario in your mind, and you kind of like are you training yourself to respond, like how to talk in different, like in different situations, or just like trying to get your point across in a different way maybe, or like trying to be more specific, like trying to express yourself in a different way. I don't know, but whether it's my ego or my conscience, I don't have it a nickname. I just tell it Joey, and I'm like, Joey, stop, quit. Because it's just like repetition of the, like, just like, it's not real. It's not reality. It's something that you're thinking about, of like talking to someone or something, and it's like a scenario that has passed, or it hasn't happened, like it's not real. And so that's why I was kind of thinking, put your ego in check. Tell yourself you might could give your alter ego a nickname or whatever, but you kind of have to put it in check, because I don't know if it's loneliness or what, but but it's usually like when I get up or before I go to sleep. I don't know. But definitely it just could be PTSD, like for a while, post-traumatic stress disorder, that's like traumatization. But it's also when a lot of things don't go your way, like you trying to do something with your life, or try to do things, and then something gets in the way, but it's a little thing, so it's really your fault because you're making a little thing a big thing. And like that kind of, like, I've been kind of struggling with that. um it's like, so I started telling myself that I care too much. I care too much what other people think. I care too much what people, like, their opinions, what they told me. Like, I had a friend that would tell me that I take things too personally. Well, he didn't tell me, but I heard him talking about me. And like, what was I gonna say? This is normal. I don't have dementia. Um, they used to say you're airhead, like you're having a blonde moment. Well, yeah, I am kind of blonde. No, but man, just y'all take it easy and just relax your mind. Relax your mind, and I had an ex-girlfriend when I used to forget like that. She used to be like, "Well, it must have not been that important." So, yeah, it wasn't that important. We just switched topics so fast. I mean, variations of different perspectives, the way you look at things, you try to explain everything, and it's pretty difficult. That's why people write. That's why they had us write essays and stuff in school. But um, I'm pretty sure y'all get the idea of what I'm trying to say here. But oh yeah, there's probably like psychologists that know, like they could explain what's going on better. But for me, my instinct, my gut, my intuition is telling me that it's just loneliness, insecurity, and caring too much what other people think, even if they're your family members. The best, the happiest people, they don't they don't judge too much, and they don't care what other people think. They just do themselves, and they do everyone else like in a way that's positive, like trying to benefit themselves first so they could benefit the people around them. So people might not understand that you're trying to have some fun, trying to run some errands, just trying to have a good day at work. You kind of have to learn to ignore or stop yourself from expressing so much negativity and frustration in your mind. So that's where like exercise comes in, uh, having responsibility. I've learned these things from listening to people like that. What else? Did I say having a relationship, like a healthy relationship with yourself, with someone else? But yeah, like different strokes for different folks, and there's tons of hobbies out there and tons of jobs. But just that's all I had to say on that topic. I was trying to figure out a topic, but it was kind of the last thing, like, because I don't really like talking about political stuff, because people most of the time don't really know what's going on. Yo, what up, Major B Man? Hello, Major B Man. I fell asleep. I didn't have internet. I fell asleep. I woke up and I looked at the internet and it was working, and I was like, oh, let me get up. Let me get up real quick, and I took a shower. My day's alright, I was just expressing myself about like loneliness, and just trying not to think too much negativity, and then putting your ego in check. or whatever it is that's talking to you about things. Your conscience. Is it your conscience or your ego? It's like, dude, chill. Because I was kind of correlating it to PTSD or something, or like, too many failures, or just like caring too much what people think. I mean, I had a good day, I got to walk outside and play with the chickens and look at the trees, and I picked up a praying mantis shell, and I got some cedar tree seeds. Man, cedar tree seeds are huge. They're like this big. Like, I pulled 2 of them off the tree, and then I found a place to plant them. I got the shovel, and like I digged up a spot where I'd put wood for like a little garden, but my garden didn't go too well. But like I planted 2 seeds, and it felt good. I cooked some shrimp with some lentils and some baby cabbages, some Brussels sprouts. But definitely I have hemp cough, and I don't like hemp cough. Because I used to smoke a lot of good weed, and I don't remember coughing like this off of the weed. So, hoping one day they legislate for the potency to be a lot more THC, because it's too low. It's like, man, might as well just make some THC butter or something. If it's like that, very low levels. But some people prefer alcohol. I don't. Alcohol makes me cray cray. Makes me black out. I had one person, when I was in those Alcoholic Anonymous classes, he told me that he read a book, and it was saying that a person could be allergic to alcohol. But I don't know. That's a possibility, but I also am pretty small. I'm not a big dude. And you see, everybody can black out. I remember partying. I remember when somebody blacked out. They were acting crazy. But I'm good, I ain't drank in almost 10 years. And I don't plan on it. Because I hate it. I respect it now. That stuff, you gotta respect it. I don't hate it. I just hate what it did to me and my family and friends, and it's tough. It's a trickster drug. It'll trick you. So you have to respect it. But yeah, like I hawk up a loogie every now and then, I hawk up a loogie, and hey, they really don't want us smoking in this state. I can tell you that, because I don't know what it is. Like, they want us to stay on the tobacco and the alcohol, or what? But I hope, like I said, I hope they make it better, because it's good. Well, the 7 leaf is good, but Didn't we already learn that in the past that it's not good uh, to do the male part of the plant? It's better for like rope and paper and all that. Maybe they're just ignorant. What's my favorite thing to eat? Hey, something came to my mind, but I can't say it. Oh no. Let's see. Probably seafood or like fresh, like crawfish, like crawfish or like little lobsters. I love that stuff. I love seafood. Like I love crabs. I think I like crabs more than shrimp. But like I seen this woman, she was live streaming and she was talking about how she has a zinc. She has two. She's a. I don't know if she's allergic to zinc or something, but we need, like, maybe she has too much zinc or she's allergic to zinc, but like we need some zinc. I learned this from Dr. Berg, but like zinc is in shellfish, the hard shells, like crawfish, shrimp, lobsters, crabs. There's zinc in their shells, if I have that right. Hello, Jayanti Sahu. Yeah, you like crab more than shrimp? Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, we should be eating a lot of crabs because the ocean is like right there. And since the ocean is right there, there's tons of fishermen. We ought to get crabs for cheap. There, there must be good deals on crabs over here because we're right by the ocean. Your favorite seafood is lobster? Yeah, I haven't had lobster in a long time. Last time I went to Red Lobster, I should have ordered the lobster, but I was ordering clam chowder. For some reason, I wanted to try clam chowder, and then I tried the other thing. Well, like I ordered the other thing from my father. It was the mustard type sauce. Dang, I forgot what it's called, but it's like yellow sauce. But the clam chowder was way better than that other one that was like mustard sauce. Clams. Mmm. Seen that commercial of some Japanese that was eating a fresh clam and they're like this big and they open the clam and they eat it raw. It's like a big chunk of meat. In Arizona, there's no ocean, so y'all get it from California. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, different places, there's different foods that are more like they're like they're easily obtained. It's easy, it should be cheaper where it's easier to get whatever type of food y'all got. In my eyes, in my opinion, but I don't know. I don't know how the supply chain works. All I know is that supply and demand, if there's lots of demand for it, the price goes up. And if they don't have much supply, the price is up. But if there's tons of supply, the demand's supposed to be low. I mean, the price is supposed to be low. Like, I was just watching this one dude talk, and he was talking about how in Europe in like 1300s, there was they had a drought or something, and people was paying too much money for bread and something else. But man, there was a dude that predicted the stuff with Trump, and he's like really religious Christian, and like I seen his video, him talking about it, and it's really crazy. If you ever have a dream that comes true, maybe this guy, he's more psychic than the average person. Because I've had dreams that came true. I had a dream that I wrecked my car before I had a car. I had a truck, and in my dream I wrecked my truck, and I grabbed the tree like a monkey because I got ejected from the truck. And then there was like a big tall black figure with a scythe, and he was like trying to get me. It was a ghost, and I was running around this building trying to hide from him. And then where I wrecked, like in real life, I didn't have the truck. Like, I traded in my truck because I told my daddy about my truck, and I was kind of worried if it was gonna break down, which really probably wasn't true. Like, it wasn't worn out yet. It only had 150,000 miles. So technically I was just, I don't know, but like, he took me to trade it in one day, like after that, and I traded it in for a PT Cruiser. And like, I had a drinking problem with my friend, and I wrecked my car at that spot that I had had the dream. And I had my seatbelt on, and I was rolling around in a crash with my seatbelt, and my head was like hitting the side of the car, and like my head was swole up to here, but I survived because of my seatbelt. So like, me and my mama went back to the crash site after I got out of jail, and there was a building, there's like an old building there, and I don't know what that old building was, but I was kind of interested to try to find out what it was. But you know, there's a seatbelt in my truck. The seatbelts in my truck don't work right, and it's kind of scares me, because if you go like this on your seatbelt and it takes 5 times for it to lock, that's not good. And I don't know, like, I might not even be here today if I still had that truck. Like, if I didn't trade in that truck, I might be dead, because they say truck crashes are way worse. You're only 9, so you don't have a car. Yeah, I'm kind of grateful that my daddy taught me how to drive at an early age, and I think my instinct kind of kept me alive. Because my instinct was to slam on the brakes, because I saw, when me and my mama went back to the crash site, I saw skid marks on the road, and like on the ditch, like before I hit the culvert and started flipping, there was, like, I locked up the brakes. And like I say, like, I don't remember because I was blacked out. drunk. And it's just my mama, she bought me a Bible. But yeah, I learned how to drive on a farm, so there was tons of dirt roads, you know, like private property. And my daddy teach me when I was 6 years old, uh, and by the time I was 7 and 8, I was driving that little Toyota standard transmission, like around the little, uh, cow pastures and on the dirt road, like it was all good back in the day. Like it's nice to be on someone else's property that has a lot of land. Like it feels like you can do what you want, like there, because it's not on the highway, because on the highway the cops will pull you over if you're doing something wrong. But yeah, I usually get chicken. Yeah, like I'm always eating chicken and beef. But they say that the oil, like fried foods, is not healthy because the oil, like the vegetable oil, causes heart disease. Like I heard that it causes heart disease and cancer. So, um, you could use olive oil. Just don't get it too hot, like too high of a temperature. But it's better to boil it or bake it, like a rotisserie chicken, where it's like spinning round and round. It's more healthy to eat chicken like that. I was like, damn, if I started a restaurant, I would want to make rotisserie chickens. The first time I ever had one of those rotisserie chickens, like in some, like it was in some hot sauce. I don't know if it was marinated in the hot sauce, but it was red. And we was eating that. We was traveling. I was like 7, 8 years old, and man, I remember that chicken like on the bus. It was so good, and I don't know what kind of sauce that was or what, but it was probably some red chili sauce. I just don't know what chili, but it must have been like marinated or something. Because when they do the rotisserie chicken, it's like, you wanna get the brush out or something, but I don't know. Wonder if you could do rotisserie crabs. Put the crabs on a skewer. Will they hold? I don't know. Yeah, cars are really complicated. You're not gonna understand how cars work until you're like taking them apart with somebody that knows like how to explain how they work. Cause it used to be a lot more simple back in the 40s and 50s, but towards like the 70s, like after the 70s, when the 80s hit and we got computer chips, that's when things started getting real complicated. People didn't know how the computer chip worked, and I don't know how it works. I don't I don't like, I've seen that electrical stuff and it's complicated. It's like they have doors, and like I don't understand how the electricity goes through it. They block it or something. and there's like numbers like zeros and ones on a computer. Like, I don't know how it works. Like, I took a computer class one time in college, and the teacher gave me a compliment, like I did really good on the test. So I probably would have been really good with computers because I've been playing uh, with technology because I'm an 80s baby. I just, but yeah, you know, like other than that, like cars and trucks back in the day, they used to be just big gears and oil with some fuel, and then fuel lines, brake lines, and you learned how to cook when you was 5? Yeah, me too. Well, my aunt said that I burned my hand on the stove, but I don't remember that. That must have been when I was like 3 or 4. But like, I remember cooking eggs when I was like 7 by myself. You know, we didn't we didn't have daycare back in the day. Nobody had daycare. The fuck? Everybody leaves their kids at home by themselves. God dang it, we're working till 5. What the fuck? I don't know if they changed it, but I don't know if they changed it back, but like we used to get out of school at 3 o'clock. And then like 20 years ago, I heard that they changed it over at the school I went to. They was going to school till 5 o'clock. Man, when I was 9 years old, I was playing Nintendo 64. I was in 5th grade. I remember being in 5th grade. That was a good year. But I was in a new school. I had to make new friends. And then I left at the end of the year. And I went back to another new school and I had to make new friends again. But it was better. It was better because it wasn't so far in the country and it was closer to you know, it was basically in the city, in town. Finally made it to 6th grade and I was like, it's PlayStation time, baby. No more Nintendo 64. And then I was like, because my stepdad was like, because I showed my stepdad Tomb Raider, and then he said something about the graphics, and that had me thinking, when we switched from Nintendo 64 to PlayStation, the graphics got worse. I swear Nintendo 64 had better graphics than PlayStation. And then I seen recently on YouTube the guy that made PlayStation. He was nervous before he presented it because he thought that it wasn't good enough. Or something like that. It was not that powerful, but I don't know. I'm on PlayStation 2 right now and man, it's a big difference. Yeah, Mario 64. I was playing Pilot. It was Pilot something. I had Rally Gear. I was playing Rally Gear. 64. Then I think my mama gave my Nintendo 64 to my stepbro. I'm not sure. It could have been my little brother. Like I'd had a I'd had a dream. Like I could make some YouTube videos explaining this stuff, but like I've had dreams that came true. So that's why like my ego annoys me. And I was just talking about that earlier, but like the dream was really confusing. Like when I was 23, I think it was after I had that wreck. But I had a dream about, it could have been before the wreck. It was, oh my God, like I was praying to God to show me the truth before I had those prophetic dreams of something coming true that happened, that came true. So it kind of had me like kind of scared to pray to God because he showed me the truth, and then I was like, I was kind of traumatized because that dream about my little bro and then the wreck, like it's really weird. Like real life don't happen exactly like the dream, because I had the car, I got stuck in the car, I called my little bro, he was like 17, he came on the four-wheeler, and then like it switched to my other little bro, and we was walking on the interstate, and he was a lot more bigger, like he had grown up a little bit, and we was walking on the interstate, and I was like, keep walking straight, but there's a puddle, like step in that puddle, keep going straight. And then he stepped around the puddle, we was on the interstate, and then he got hit by a big truck, and I woke up and I was like, I was crying. But in real life, he didn't die. It was my stepbro that moved, and he ended up dying like in Illinois with his girlfriend, because they had left like where he was staying with his mama because he got in trouble. So don't be doing stuff like you can get in trouble with the cops. Like don't be stealing from the place that you work, because I don't know, maybe that's what he did, or at least that's what my mama told me. But yeah, that's cool. What game are you playing? My little my little stepbro, he died when he was 18. He like I'd had another dream before that happened. Before he died, I'd had a dream like when I was 23, because those other dreams was when I was 22, but I was almost gonna be 24, and he died. He was 18. I was 5 years older than him, and I'd had a bad dream, like my girlfriend was cheating on me or something, or like I was like had problems with my girlfriend with another dude or something, and then we was at that party, and then like we didn't get along, and then I was at a and then like the dream switched to where I was at like a gas station, and then somebody tried to run me into the wall like on the gas station, and like I jumped up because it was gonna get my legs, and then the next thing in the dream, I was talking to a cop, or a cop was talking to me, and he was explaining this little box. Like he was explaining this little box, and there was a man inside the box. And I think that was the end of the dream. I didn't write it down. Y'all should probably write this stuff down. Like, if it's important to you, you could make a story about it later. But anyways, yeah, like I lost my job, and then my mom called me one day, and then she told me, like I woke up, I was asleep, and my mama called me, and then she told me that he was dead. Like, I said, that's stupid. That's the first thing I said, and she said that's the same thing my other little bro said. It was selfish, but like I guess he killed himself. But yeah, it's pretty sad. But like I say, I tried to make it better, and I married this girl, and I tried to get my family together and tried to make it better, like the next year, and I didn't regret it then, but I regretted it. I regretted it a few years later. I still kind of regret it now, but I kind of don't. Like, I was doing a good deed. Yo, what up? What up, R and Nick? Yeah, mohawks are pretty ugly. Mohawks are definitely ugly, and then I made it longer in the front so it looks weird. Yo, it's okay, Nick. R9. It's I'm yeah, it's that's you know, history sucks. Like, I love history, but man, true stories, real stories, they're hard to take in sometimes. It's easier to write a book. They say it's easier to write a book. I was told I could be a preacher, but I hope y'all are having a good night. I mean, you know, that stuff messed me up for like a year or two. I'm still kind of messed up, but I'm hanging in there, y'all. That's why I'm cutting my hair like this, because I never had a haircut like this. So I wear my hair like this. Like, I wish I wasn't that embarrassed to have long hair or whatever. So y'all just do you, be happy, and don't worry about everything that's out of your hands. You can express yourself and your worries and stuff, but after a while, you can only help somebody so much. You need to help yourself. You have a Nintendo Switch? I like Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo is good. I was playing Blast Corps when I was 9. Blast Corps. It was a good game. I mean, it would suck playing it now. Like, I heard it's on Xbox. But yeah, the positivity out of that story, my little bro left me a message on glass. It was on my picture frame. It was on the wall. He was making the pictures crooked. He was making my pictures crooked after I came back from the funeral. And so like 2 weeks later, like I decided to take the picture frame apart, and I was like looking at it. I was like, is he trying to tell me something? Is my little bro trying to tell me something? Why are the pictures crooked? I was kind of like talking to him like, if you could hear me, knock 3 times and stuff like that. I was really trying to talk to him. Cause like my mama, she loved this movie called Ghost, and it's from the '90s. I think it had Patrick Swayze in it. Uh, like that movie was my mama's favorite movie. Like it always made her cry, and so like I remembered that movie. So like I thought that I could talk to my bro when he was dead, and it worked. Well, he wasn't talking to me like in my ear, but like when I took that picture frame apart and I was like looking at it, because it had chicken scratches all over it. It was like chicken scratches all over this picture frame. And so I looked at it for like 20 minutes, like up to the sun, up to the light. Like I switched it this way, I switched it that way, I switched it the other way, I turned it around backwards, and I saw something. And it said, "I'm sorry." And then it said some more chicken scratches, and then it said his name. His name was Chase. And like I tried to show my mom, and she was like, "No, no, 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 no." That's just for you. Like she was gonna look at it and everything. I was gonna make her look at it, and she was like, "No, no, 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 no. That's just for you." But I told her what it said. I said, he was sorry. I didn't take the other pictures apart and look at them, but maybe there's was something on them. But by now, there would be so much dust on it that you probably couldn't see anything. Like I tried to save it. And I put it in the china cabinet, but I've touched it so many times. Then there's a remote control boat that might be knocking up against it or something. Man, it's just like, you know, it was evidence. Like I could listen to my mom, but that was life after death evidence. So I put it in the china cabinet. I don't know if it's still there. But then, nobody would believe me anyways. Yeah, like I really miss him because he was my stepbrother, but like he was really cool. He was really cool. He was a very nice person. Yeah, he was a really good dude. Cause I was thinking like the other day, I was like, damn, I'm getting old. Cause he would be like 32 years old. Yeah, like I was thinking a long time ago that he would be in his 20s and stuff, but cause I was thinking about my little bro, and like I got 2 of them, and then like I haven't talked to the other one in a long time, and like I don't know, like I'm just you just get tired of the family bullshit after a while, and then you kind of don't want to hang out with them and do stuff because it's stressful. Because you miss people and it's not the same. But what can you do? All right, later, Major B man. I don't know if I'll be streaming. My internet don't work half the time, so like I guess maybe I'll try to. Good night. Them boys gotta go to sleep. They gotta go to school. I was so proud of myself when I graduated high school. And I was like, all right, that's it. I'm taking a break. Y'all are crazy. I don't know, like, I don't tell that story very much, but, like, if it comes up, if somebody asks, I'll tell them. Because I've told people before, and I'm just, I'm not gonna be that drunk person that has to go through their sad stories every time they get drunk. I'm not gonna do it. But if the conversation comes up, I guess, the topic, I guess I can make YouTube videos and talk about my life and what I've been through. And it might help a lot of folks because this stuff's hard. Like, I talked to one dude on PlayStation and he had a stroke because his parents died at the same time. You know, like Batman or something. I don't know what happened, but he had a stroke and he could only move one part of his body. And so I was like, so it's not good to stress, huh? Like, and he was like, no, no, don't stress, man. Take it easy. Relax. Yep. Just take a deep breath, learn how to meditate, all that stuff. Just jump in the water. Jump in the water. Do something. Go roll in some dirt. Something to relieve the stress. You gotta just just breathe. So that's why, like, I guess there's a lot of people that try to make life a little funny. So they kind of make jokes, like comical jokes. Like, you can make life easier if you joke about it. And so that's kind of what I mean, you would try to joke about it in your mind, and you don't tell anybody. I don't know, like, but like my uncle said, you can't, like, like my uncle said at the funeral, you can't help somebody change. Like, you can only help somebody so much. Like, well, that was talking about my mama. My mama, she wouldn't stop drinking. So she was she was just sad about my little bro, and like, weed was illegal. Like, gosh, if only weed would have been legal a lot sooner, it could have probably saved a lot of people. Because that alcohol addiction is strong. That stuff is make people go through withdrawals. I seen a dude on YouTube and somebody said he was having alcoholic withdrawal, but he was over there like shaking, like that dude, if that's alcohol withdrawal, oh my god, like, that's fucking terrible. Yeah, but you run out of weed, you don't have any weed, you just sweat for like 3 days. And then after that, like, you don't sweat that much, but you're kind of a little irritated, but you're fine if you just eat. or do something. You're not gonna have the shakes like that. But yeah, definitely when my sister passed away when my mom was younger. I mean, when her sister passed away, cuz my mama lost her sister when she was 19. So my aunt died when she was 19, and it really messed my mama up. Like, it messed my mama up. She was like, every time she would drink beer or something, she would start telling me about her. She would start talking to me about her. But yeah, she was so beautiful. She was like the prettiest one. So yeah, like, alcohol is a depressant. It makes people sad. It makes them depressed. They'll want to talk about depressing stuff. It's a depressant. I learned that in high school. So I kind of I'm kind of hard on myself because I didn't quit drinking alcohol like a lot sooner, because I'd already knew all the bad stuff that it puts people through. But it really is hard to stop when you start it. So that's why I'm like, whoa, it's not for me. I could buy, like, now, like, I was thinking about this like last year, like, now I could literally make a shelf on my wall, and I could buy some whiskey and vodka or beer or whatever, and I could leave it there, and I won't touch it. I won't. No, I ain't touching it. Man, I loaded a save data from San Andreas GTA, and it's when I completed the game, and I'm wearing a suit and some sunglasses, and I got like a high top. He's got a high top hairstyle. See if I can show you. It's a high top. Bring back the high top. The flat top. Oh, it's kind of crooked right there. It's a different style. It's only like elevated on the left, and then it comes down a little bit. Yeah, like, I did that for a little while. Like, I like the high top look, the flat top. Yeah. I could do a flat top. I was doing a flat top. When I was 5, I had the ducktail. Yeah, when I was 5, I had the duck tail. I don't know, did Randy Travis? Not Randy Travis. That don't break my heart, my achy, achy heart. I just don't think you understand, or something like that. Who is that? Miley Cyrus's daddy. Billy Ray Cyrus, yeah. He had a ducktail, didn't he? Or was that a mullet? Because the mullet is when, like, the whole back is long. I don't think I ever really did the mullet. I don't know if I did, but I know I had a ducktail. They called it the ducktail. Because it's just on the back right there. Yeah, bring back the ducktail. Man, the 90s was good. My daddy bought a house. The 90s was real good. Yeah, definitely. I heard it wasn't until NAFTA with Bill Clinton they started doing the jobs overseas or something. Man, I'm in this mansion and I need to run out. That stuff. There's a YouTube channel called Senhend. 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 And she's doing really good work. One of her videos that she posted, she was explaining how if you're depressed, you don't want to do anything. You don't have motivation to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, whoever you are. It's a natural process. There's things that you have to, like, let it transpire. You're sacrificing you're sacrificing time and production for your mental health. It's like you're healing. Time, they say time heals. So you have to give it time. You can't just be like, snap your fingers. I'm not depressed. Like, I'm undepressed now. Well, maybe if you fall in love, I think that's a cure. If you fall in love, I think that'll cure most or anybody's depression. There was this thing in Africa with an African man, like what they say in Africa. You know how they say, like if somebody's having a bad time, they're having a cow. Like, you know how they say they're having a cow. In Africa, they, like, if somebody's sad, depressed, they'll give them a cow. I just saw that a couple years ago or something on CNN, on the news channel. They really give people a cow. And it cured his depression. It cured him. He wasn't depressed anymore because they gave him a cow. I don't know for how long. You know how some people are, that they'll go back into depression after they're happy for a little while. So maybe you just have to keep doing stuff like that. Because I know whenever I go out and I see people, like if a hot chick looks at me or something, I feel really good for like 3 days. And I feel like I want to keep the ball rolling. And so that's what I'm supposed to do. And so my mama was right. Whenever that stuff happened to me about my little bro, she came over one day and she was like, you need to get out of your comfort zone. And that's what that means. Because that's what they say, probably. People know. But in a way, like I feel like I broke the curse with alcoholism. In a way, I feel like I broke the generational curse with alcohol, but it's still, you know, it almost killed me. So I'm just really happy that Donald Trump signed the Farm Bill and that people can do weed. They can do marijuana, cannabis. It's supposed to be cannabis, but the marijuana is like, I don't know, that's the J is silent. That sounds like some Spanish. Like, I wasn't really watching politics, so I don't know who proposed the bill. But that's a damn good bill, you know? Grow some hemp. Make money for growing some hemp. Make some stuff. People wish they could. They just don't have the will, the courage, the motivation. You gotta be raised a certain way or something. Or just people's life experiences change the way they are in life, what they'll do, what they try to do. And some people are just raised the right way and they don't have any traumatic experiences, so they have the courage, the will, and the motivation to do those things. They're just like wired that way. They was wired that way, programmed, or they just have natural talent, or it's in their genetics. It's weird how that stuff works. We're a product of our environment. We adapt to our habitat. I don't know how old this whole capitalism thing is. Or socialism, or communism. But they say we was hunter-gatherers for a really long time. And if it's an old civilization, it's gonna be under the dirt because the dirt gets higher and higher like every 1,000 years. When they found the pyramids in Egypt and the pyramids in Mexico, they was all like covered up with sand and dirt, grass, trees. Chinese pyramids are covered in grass. I heard they purposely covered them in grass. They said that, like, I heard that China said that we're not spiritually ready to know about the pyramids. I don't know what that means. Like, is there something spiritual with the pyramids? I mean, I've heard people say that the pyramids were like raising people's consciousness over there in Egypt, but I don't know if that's true. They was all into crystals, and I think they was really into electricity, you know, like they just didn't have the kind of electricity that we have, I guess. Yeah, but I don't know. They was doing like magic spells or something. The emerald tablets. I heard the emerald tablets were fake. I don't know. The Book of the Dead. I don't know. Well, there must be something in me for me to be trying to talk to my little bro. Like, I had a feeling that my mama was inside of me, and then it started irritating me. I didn't want to laugh like her. I didn't want to feel like she was inside of me. Because I would laugh, but the like at like towards the end of my laugh, it would be her laugh. And I was like, that's weird. Yeah, so I think the dead leave us alone. I don't know. They could be with you, but if you want them to leave you alone, I think they'll leave you alone. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just hope that whenever I make babies, that I can make a daughter look like my mama. So that's the hope that I have. And for all that, just y'all gotta have hope somewhere. It don't have to be what somebody tells you you should hope for. You need to figure it out yourself.
This city. Other major cities on the East Coast like Philadelphia, Boston.
So that's why, like what I was saying earlier, it's best not it's best not to care too much, kind of like that that stuff they talk about in California, that cremation of care ritual. I think there's something there. because with the Bohemian Grove, like that cremation of care, because that's what's been bothering me so much. I cared too much. And, like, maybe the ancients knew this stuff. Because we're not, we're not Superman. We're not, we're not this almighty hero that you read about in a comic book or see on TV in a movie or something, cartoon. I mean, yeah, there is good things, which that's probably what started the religious stuff, but what I'm saying is, you don't have to be like a zombie or like drugged up to just control your state of mind, the way you think. Like, if somebody's telling you negative things and stuff, like how to not let that affect you, like brush it off your shoulders, water off a duck's back, and like, if I could perfect myself, well, yeah, back when I was younger, I would try to be more like that. Like, don't care so much about what other people think. Just trust yourself. Like, trust your heart, trust your mind, trust your body, trust yourself. Because some people are just, they're just talking. It's just words. It's just, it's harder to say positive stuff in, like in the moment when somebody's, complainism. I call it complainism, because people, they'll say what they don't like first, and then they'll say, oh, well, this and that, blah, 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 like try to be positive. And it's like they're balancing it out. It's like first we're negative, then we become positive. Like who the hell is this guy? You don't know until you get to know them. Oh, they're just crazy. Oh, well, he's a nice person. Oh, well, maybe he done been through some things. He might got a bad daddy or bad mama or something. Or, maybe they didn't have nobody. Maybe they never experienced love like that. A lot of people have a rough upbringing, and like I said, it's all about your childhood, your programming, what happens to you in life, like that stuff. That's why, like, I didn't understand. It's just like that crazy rooster out there, or like a mistreated dog, you know. The the horse that ain't trained good is gonna hurt you. But yeah, my little bro's right. He was like, it's all about your perspective. Cause I got two of them. I was talking about the other one. He's still alive, I hope. And like at the funeral, he was like, it's all about perspective. So it's all about how you look at it. Man, there's this YouTuber called man, I can't even say that word. Economic Ninja. His name is Economic. Man, that's a hard word to say. He looks just like my stepbro. If my stepbro would have still been alive, he looks just like him. Like the first time that I saw Post Malone, I was like, damn, that looked like my stepbro. Like I watched the Republican thing on TV today, and there was a woman. Her name's Christie, and she's from like, she's the governor, and she looked a lot like my mama. But yeah, like Donald Trump's wife, she she reminds me of my mama. Yeah, she reminds me of my mama a lot. Uh, Donald Trump reminds me of my stepdad a lot. Like I'll never be that kind of a man. I'm not that type. They're like real men. Like alpha males. I don't know about the females. Like they're kind of like they seem very loyal, like traditional. I don't know. Like if you want to stay in a relationship, we could stay in a relationship type of thing. Maybe just for the relation. I don't know. I don't like being in my family's business like that. So it's not something that I want to talk about. That's personal business. I don't like talking about people's personal business. You can talk about folks up to a certain extent, but once it starts getting like personal business stuff, that's like rude. So just keep it to yourself. Or you wish that people would keep it to themselves. Like I said, man, that alcohol, man, people start talking, they don't know like, they don't know that they're like overstepping boundaries and stuff. It's terrible. But I mean, I guess the same thing could happen with like ecstasy or like MDMA. Like people talk too much stuff with that too. It's like you gotta respect drugs. One of my friends on PlayStation, he got on that meth. He got on that methamphetamine. You could tell he wouldn't stop talking, and then he wasn't making any sense. And then he started sounding like a little girl or like a little boy.
Assassination attempt on his rival.
Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Man, are y'all playing GTA 6 yet? They're probably over there beta testing it and we don't even know. If y'all get GTA 6 early, they're gonna drag you through the mud with all kind of bugs. Bet. 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 But yeah, I think I'm like through with my depression. Like I've been through with my depression. Like I was only depressed for like a year here and a year there. Like I know how to do things. Like I have friends. I have old friends I could just reach out to or something, like even if they're not really that cool. Like they'll respect you up to a certain extent, but if they're your real friend, they really care about you. I just haven't seen them in a long time because I was depressed. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to do anything. And that's the way it was for like a long time, but only privileged people have the chance to do that, and it's just really hard. Like I think I would have been depressed a lot less if I would have just been like a normal person, and like if somebody had to take care of themselves, like if they wasn't privileged enough to where, you know what I'm saying. You get to be around good people and lots of good things can happen. So don't fear it. Like don't fear change. Cause because we had been through a lot of change when we was younger. So why you know what I'm saying? People just get stuck. People need help, but they don't want to ask for help. Especially if it's a man. I think it's because I'm a man and I'm like insecure or something. Men are afraid to ask for help. I don't know, maybe it happens with women too, but man, this place is huge. I'm in like a mansion and there's like a record studio in here and there's guitars and drums. It's like the Dr. Dre studio or something. It's like it's like the perfect place to make country songs. like a whole sound room with the, man, let me show you. They got the knobs and everything, like it looks real. It looks like a picture. And the computers, and then in the back back there, there's some drums. There's some guitars on the wall, some amps, speakers, computer screens, records, microphone, stand, electric guitars. It's really dark though, you probably can't see it. But there's some blue drums. There's blue drums. But yeah, how are y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing good, and try not to worry too much about the future.
It's Morning Edition from NPR.
Songwriter Claire Cottrell goes by Clairo. She got famous recording and uploading music from her bedroom.
Oh.
YouTube. She's now in her mid-20s and is working with a full band.
There's something so cool about letting people into your music. Music has normally been such a solitary thing for me.
Clairo is now out with her third album. It's called Charm. My favorite song on this record is the one called Sexy to Someone. Sexy to someone, it's all I really want. I like the sound, I like the beat, I like the lyrics.
Thank you.
What are you trying to say about feeling wanted or needed, or maybe not feeling wanted or needed?
It was this thing and this feeling that I think everyone understands, which is the motivation to get out of the house, or the motivation to feel happy sometimes relies on external validation, and no one wants to ask for it. But it could be something as small as, oh, I love your outfit, or are you an actress? Have I seen you on television? Or like, you know, just something really sweet and simple.
Yo, that's what I was just talking about. When I go out, I feel juiced for like 3 days. Yeah, she was talking about that, like something as simple as a compliment. Yeah, so like I've had to learn that I need to speak up a lot more. Like that's why I'm talking right now. But okay, well, usually I'm usually that person that doesn't say anything. Very rarely like I'll compliment, like, to talk to a random stranger is pretty hard, but I've done it before, and I mean, it's easy, but I'm usually quiet. And so, like, I'm trying not to be as quiet, you know, because I was too quiet. Because, you know, like, we only have one life, and yeah, some people might be in a bad mood, or they might be rude or something sometimes, but it's not always like that. So, it's mostly good. I seen a chick on YouTube. She was making music in her bedroom, and she had on the headphones, and she was singing into the mic, but it was just a cover. Like, it was a cover of another song, but it was really good. The difference a microphone can make. I made a song on here. I put it on my YouTube, but it sucks because it was my first song, and I haven't made another one. But it only took me 15 minutes to write the song and then to record it, and then 15 more minutes trying to put that together right, which it was pretty easy. And I had the motivation because I went to go see family because one of my family was wanting to see family like a long time ago. So we went to go see family, and then when I got back, I felt like I could do something because I drove. I drove, and I felt good about driving. You know, I could be a truck driver. But I felt good enough to make a song.
Doing it wrong, but if you're able to see yourself, then that's what she wants your experience to be. I'm not saying I am Joni Mitchell, but I like the idea of that. I might be writing the song, but the song is meant to be listened to by people who aren't me.
That is musician Claire Cottrell, also known as Clara. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
I'll put your vocal on a house track. I'll put your vocal on a techno track. But my first song, no, I'm just exaggerating here because I don't really know how to do that. But I would like to, because I've learned a little bit about it. You just have to try, you know, just go with the flow. You know what I'm trying to say, but cause my song was on a I just picked like a random like hip hop instrumental, cause I had like 3 hip hop instrumentals, but it was just like random because I was listening to some people talk about making some making some songs, some beats, some like instrumentals, but like I heard from this one dude talking that like if you made a song and it was from a free instrumental, if the song becomes popular, you could still get copyrighted for that song or something. Like I think it happened to somebody or something, because they might recognize that it's their free instrumental, and then like maybe they could have copyrighted it later or something. I don't know. But like that dude Ross that makes hip hop music, he makes his own tracks. Like he makes his own instrumentals and then he puts his voice in it. The same thing with Rich Brian. Like I heard the same thing with Rich Brian. Like I'm not really that much into hip hop or rap, but I mean, like I respect it for what it is, like it's catchy. It's like like if you're in the mood for it. Cause like where I'm from, people don't know like all that electronic music. It mainly comes from Europe, like dubstep, techno, and trance. They mainly come from Europe. Like people in Europe, they'll hear it on the radio. Like you could turn on the radio in Europe and hear some electronic music. Like the most that we would have over here would be some pop music that has electronic sounds in it, like Lady Gaga or something, Cause I heard that song the other day, Lady Gaga, and like I noticed there's a sample in there from like another sample that I heard in another hardcore techno song, like Stereo Destroyer by D-Jax. It's got that because a lot of those electronic songs, the samples, like they trade so many samples. It's like it's almost like the tradition is to get samples from other songs, and it's like non-copyrighted. Like nobody will throw a fuss about it, Because when it comes to lyrics or like vocal tracks, people seem to care more about that. Don't even want to talk about AI, because AI it's just copy and paste. It's like they're it's just an encyclopedia for digital artifacts that they're like, you know, like they're figuring out a way to make it do stuff for you. Damn, how do I get out of this place? But yeah, how are y'all doing? Peace and blessings. Be careful. Don't be afraid to do stuff. Respect other people's choices in life. Let them be themselves. Just have your own boundaries, have your own walls. It's about self-respect. I'm I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this place. I'm just gonna keep going. Don't mind me. I don't mind if you swipe up, swipe left, swipe right. I don't really know. Alright, I made it out. Yep. They was talking about the trade union, not the trade union, the Chamber of Commerce has their own unions. Like the union Teamster president was on the Republican side tonight. And they was saying that the unions, they've always been on the Democrat side, and now the president came to the Republican side for like the first time ever. But the history with capitalism in America is that they didn't really like the unions, but people started that because for a long time people was not getting, like, they was having a hard living. It's harder to live on smaller wages. It's just, and then that free speech TV was always talking about that. They probably still playing it over. They play that plutocracy all the time. It's called Plutocracy, and it's a documentary about how the unions had a lot of that trouble back in the day, that there was back and forth and they didn't like it. I heard about this one dude in New York or something. Some dude was talking about a union and like they shut him down. So I've never been in a union, but I heard about the union book. You got to take this test of a book or something to be a pipeliner, because a lot of the people that don't make enough money doing what they doing, they want to become a pipeliner to make more money, because there's more money for some reason. Which doesn't make sense to me, because it looks like easier work. But maybe it's just about priorities because, you know, we use a lot of plastic these days, and maybe they don't want any wood. Maybe they don't want furniture. But everybody needs some gas. Everybody needs some gas and oil, and we're like over here burning oil. But gasoline, they say gasoline is really clean, like it's clean. Most of the exhaust is clean. They're catching most of it with the filter. It's called the catalytic converter. I was thinking if they could make a better filter, or like a replaceable filter to catch whatever bad stuff it is coming out, those toxic pollutants or something, whatever they call. Because you see that about the water-powered car, that it's like hydrogen and water is just like, water is the only exhaust. Or nitrogen. They say, somebody said nitrogen, but I don't know if it's true. Like it's a pollutant or something, but I don't think it's true, because in the atmosphere it's like, I don't know, it's a certain percentage of oxygen and nitrogen in the air, and we have less oxygen now that than the dinosaurs had. That's why they were so big. So I was thinking, damn, if we got water-powered cars that, you know, they're like a motor, and like it's hydrogen, like it's electricity going through there to make it work, but, you know, it like, if it creates more nitrogen, is that a problem? Like, can we make more oxygen and more nitrogen? Would we get bigger? Would we get bigger? Is that why we're all small now, or are we evolving to get bigger? Because there used to be beavers the size of cars, and giant wolves, big weird looking animals and stuff. Like, everything was huge. Did they get that way through evolution? You know, with all the mammals, like the big mammals, because there used to be big mammals. That's what I'm on right now. It was that's like Graham Hancock. He's always talking about how there was some asteroids that hit the Earth, and it hit the Earth in the North Pole, like around there in the north, and it made the world, maybe it was black for like a year. No sky, no sun, the plants are dying. Because there's a ring of like black soot, like in the earth, for that year or something, like 14,000 years ago. Yeah, but I don't know, like, it's like that dude, he made that tank, that pressurized tank, and he made those big fish. But they would normally be small, but he made them bigger with more oxygen and nitrogen in a pressurized tank. Like, if that's real, so they say that, like, little people, like, you know, like 5'5", like, I'm technically a little person, but like little folks are, we're like evolved perfect for the Earth's climate. The biosphere. I'm a little man. Man, y'all ain't found a girlfriend yet. There's dudes out here dating dudes, and women are dating women. So, just get in where you fit in. That's what they say at work. Get in where you fit in. Yeah, but I guess I'm gonna cut this off right here, and I hope y'all have a good one. But YouTube done turned me into like a talking head because they don't like that copyright music and stuff. So I guess that's why people start making their own music. It's really simple. It's really easy. Just, try it out. Try it out.
More places than ever before. But sometimes that's also accelerating conflict.
Try it out. Yep, I'm live. I'm going live streaming, and I'm gonna have my own beats. There's like Off-Topic show. He's always playing his own music. But I mean, he still listens to like other music. He just don't play it for that long. So technically, I guess you could play it for like 30 minutes, no, maybe 15, maybe 10, I don't know. I don't even know if he saves his lives. Like, he might be deleting the video, like all the lives, I don't know. But YouTube seems to like a lot of weird stuff, so y'all stay weird.